I want to dedicate this recipe to a young lady that left me a beautiful review on Pinterest. Her name is Tatiana, and she made this recipe that I'm going to be presenting to you today um, for her family. And at the time, it was back in 2019, she was only 14 years old. So I want to dedicate this recipe to her. I was so touched by it. I think it's beautiful that, she's that young, and she has her own YouTube channel. Go and follow her. Go subscribe. Go like all her videos. Tatiana, and the link is below in the description box, so you can click the link, the card up above in the right hand corner. So yeah, I'm dedicating this recipe to her. Hello everyone, I'm Gina Marie from veganwithcurves.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now again, if you are new here, I say this in all my videos, but I just gotta remind you, if you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you aren't new here and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell, so when I upload new videos, whether they're recipes or Kirby vegan tips or what I eat in a day videos, you will be notified. Okay, so today's video is a cooking recipe video, and it's kind of an update of a video I did a couple years back. It is barbecue lentil meatballs, and the reason why I'm redoing this recipe is because, you guys, it's one of the most popular recipes on my site. And you guys love the recipe, but I got a little feedback, about the texture, how the flavor was there, but the texture was a little bit too mushy. So I went back to the kitchen, I went back to the drawing board, and I made these lentil meatballs even better. Like, the texture is on point, no mushiness, and they even make additional meatballs than the original recipe. As always, the full ingredient list and instructions are on my website, veganwithcurves.com, and I will put the link to that below in the show notes, or you can just click up here, it's right there, to get the full recipe. And that's pretty much all I have to say, so let's just start cooking. Okay, so first we're going to start by adding some plant-based butter to a pan with a little bit of additional olive oil. Now, this just helps keep the butter from burning when we start to saute our vegetables, but if you are oil-free, you could just do this with some vegetable broth instead. Next, we're going to add our chopped onions and chopped mushrooms to a pan and saute the onions and mushrooms down until they become softened. Now, to save some time, I'm going to be using some pre-cooked lentils, and I'm going to be using Trader Joe's steamed lentils. These are not sponsored, I just love these lentils. We're going to use that for this recipe, but you can also use canned lentils. Now, just know, if you're using canned lentils, make sure you pat them dry as much as possible. This will prevent them from, becoming too mushy when you start to make your meatballs. So we're going to add in half of our prepared lentils to a food processor along with our cooked onions and cooked mushrooms, and process this together until it becomes like a thick paste. And then after we finish processing this, we're going to add it to a bowl along with the other half of our unprocessed cooked lentils, some pre-cooked brown rice, some seasonings and dried herbs, oats, breadcrumbs, fresh chopped parsley and cilantro, vegan Worcestershire sauce, some homemade barbecue sauce, and this is again a homemade recipe. I will link that below in the show notes if you are interested, and some liquid smoke. Yes, I know that's a lot of ingredients, but trust me, it is worth it. So we're going to mix that all together until fully combined, and I should have got a bigger bowl, but that's okay. We're going to make it work anyway. And once it is all mixed together, we're going to take an ice cream scooper and scoop out a part of the mixture and roll it into a ball to form our lentil meatballs. And once our mixture is all rolled up into individual meatballs, we're going to begin to cook them. Now I'm going to divide these into 3 portions. The first portion I'm going to cook over the stove. The second portion I'm going to bake them, and the third portion I'm just going to store them in the freezer so you can see how easily they can be for meal prepping. With the first portion, we're going to begin to add some oil to a hot skillet, and we're going to add our lentil meatballs to the pan. Remember, these aren't real animal flesh, they're not real meat, so We're just giving them a nice sear on the outside edges. And then we're going to add in some barbecue sauce, fully coating our lentil meatballs. And once they are fully coated and heated, we're going to remove it from the heat, and then they are ready to be served. Okay, with the second batch, I'm going to show you how to bake them. So you're going to grab a baking pan lined with parchment paper, and then we're going to either brush them with some barbecue sauce, or you can have a separate bowl of barbecue sauce and dip each lentil meatball in there, fully coating it, and then add it back to your baking pan. Either way is fine. And then we're going to bake them. And once they are done baking, they are ready to be served. With the third portion, we're just going to freeze them, and you want to freeze them uncooked. So I'm grabbing a freezer bag, and yes, this is a plastic bag. I now use a reusable non-plastic bag, but at the time of this recording, this is what I had on hand. So just add them to your freezer bag, space them out a little so they won't stick together when you freeze them, and date them, and then pop them in the freezer. And they should last anywhere between 2 to 3 months. And when you're ready to use them, just pop them in the oven. You don't have to thaw them out. They can be added straight to the oven, straight from frozen. And that is it. These make a great meal prep dish. They are high in protein, which is important for healthy vegan weight gain, particularly when building muscle. So this makes a great post-workout meal. And you don't have to use them with barbecue sauce. You can top these with spaghetti sauce or even with gravy. It's up to you. The choices are endless. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that recipe. Again, it's one of the most popular recipe on the website, and you're gonna love the new updated version. I just know you will. So if you did enjoy this recipe video, make sure you click the thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, you can click the thumbs down button. Maybe you want to. I mean, why would you want to do that though? But as always, when leaving your comments below, I just ask that you be respectful. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys spending your time with me. You can be anywhere else in the world, but you choose to watch this channel, and I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings.